Hey guys, it's Glenn from GMP Custom Fabrications, and on this video I am going to continue to troubleshoot Rat Duallie, try to show you a little bit of what I've figured out and the reasoning behind certain things. So let's get started. Alright, in my search for knowledge with the internet, I have found I've had issues now getting the timing set back right, which I should have never messed with. I know that now, but since I have, we'll just deal with it. Trying to get the timing back to where it's supposed to be at. I'm convinced there must be timing marks on the harmonic balancer that I'm just not seeing because it's got surface rust all the way around it. So number one thing I'm going to do is clean the surface rust off of it, see if I can verify any kind of marks on there, so I can at least tell how much advance I got going on. And number two, in the wiring nightmare that was thinning this out, there's a circuit called the spout, S-P-O-U-T. I don't remember what it stands for. I'll put it right here so you can see it. But anyway, it's a circuit that goes from the computer to the ignition module that tells it when to fire, gives it advance or retards, depending on the needs of the motor. I don't remember looking at it on the diagram. I don't remember where it's at, where it ended up at, or if it's even still there. For some reason I wired it differently. I'm not sure now looking back. So that's my first thing to do, or that's the second thing to do. First I'm going to verify I got numbers down on the harmonic balancer, and then I'm going to locate my spout circuit, and between the two of those I should be able to, until I have those two figured out, I'll never know if my timing is right. So that's what I'm going to start on first. So let's get started. Okay, so there's the harmonic balancer. Get it in the frame here. This would probably be better done with the GoPro. Yeah. Down here. Okay, I was able to find timing marks on the harmonic balancer. They were really faint. I had to get down there with emery cloth and some rust buster and clean it up, and it was just real faint, but I could see it. So I went ahead and got that marked. I marked at 0, and then I marked at 10 before and after, so I could, and I can see it good from up here. Next thing is to locate the spout circuit. It'll be pin 26 on the EEC. So I'll locate it over here, and then I'll locate it. I unplugged the ignition module already, so I could go ahead and pin both sides of it and check for continuity. Got these little sewing needles to stick into the wires, so it's easier to put the alligator clips on them, but they're not real strong, so they're kind of hard to stick into the wires sometimes. Make it easier to probe them. Let's see, we've got, I know this second row ends in 40, so I should be able to count back. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. Yellow with a green stripe. Actually, the book just now said it was a pink wire, but earlier I'd seen yellow and green on another diagram. Okay, double check. Yeah, for some reason, well, 90. Okay, this is for 4.9. I know pin-wise, the spout connector will be the same. Same location, number 36. want to verify the color on the 7.5s, on the 7.5 liter. Oh, here we go. Green and yellow. Right here. It says it goes to gray and orange, and the gray and orange on the ignition module, and it also goes to this distributor as gray and orange. So at some point it changed. I would say probably where the connector was at that you can disconnect, that's probably where the change was at. And I don't know where that connection went in all that wiring. I'd say it probably confused me and somehow it got thrown to the side. That's just a guess. Something that I was going to research further, I'm sure, is what it got categorized as. And I guess today's the day. Gray and orange. Let's find gray and orange. Now, the manual claims that it would be a orange and or a gray and orange wire on this side, but I'm not seeing that, but I'm seeing the yellow and green, which is the same as what it is over there. So, ow, I didn't stick it. And I'm going to verify it is the second terminal over, so that's what it should be on the diagram. I'll verify that. Okay, yeah, right here it shows. You can see it. Second one down, spout. Switch it to continuity. There, alligator clip there. Okay, and I'm showing a continuity between the two of those, so that means that my spout is connected. So now in order to adjust the timing, you have to break that connection, and somewhere there was supposed to have been a little plug that you just unplug to disconnect them. I have no idea where that would be buried at this point, so I'm just going to have to go old school and make a connection myself. Now this shows that it would be on the computer side. There's a link from the module, or connection goes from the module to the distributor, and it stays connected, but the connection from the module to the computer gets disrupted. So that's what I'll go after now. Go ahead and plug this half back in. What I'm going to do is I got this male and female connector. I'm just going to make a cut in the wire right there and crimp these in line, so I can go ahead and disconnect it to do the setting of the ignition. Now forevermore I'll need to remember that's where that's at. Or if I'm going to do any more setting of ignition and need to know where the spout disconnect is, I'll have to go back to this video and remind myself. Something else I did yesterday was I went ahead and hooked up another battery in parallel with the one that I had in there already. I've had them both charging overnight, but then I came in here and, well, I thought I had them both charging. I had one of them on the charger, the other one I hadn't hooked up completely, and I had left my key on. So basically the charger ran all night just to energize this. Fortunately, this isn't old points type distributor, so it wasn't going to burn my coil up, although I'm sure it wasn't good for something in here. So I don't have a good hot battery, or I don't have two good hot batteries like I was hoping I'd had when I came in today. But we will see if it is enough to at least get it started and see what the timing looks like on it with it running. Try to unplug the spout. Okay, well, I'm just going to see if I can get it started first. We'll worry about that other stuff later. there is at top dead center. I know that you don't run them at top dead center, but got it there, and then I'm going to unplug the spout and see what it does. I do like to start it right back up. I believe I'm where I'm supposed to be. Okay. It would help if I read stuff before I start messing with it. I just disconnected the spout. Now I need to set it for top dead center with it running. And then I plug it back in and then it makes the corrections from there. I believe it's like this. Okay, so now I have it set at top dead center. Now I'm going to plug the spout back in. Working. I'm getting advanced. That idle is dropping back down to 0. It didn't seem right to me. But whenever I rev it up, it goes ahead and does go forward. Today on the internet, I know it's true. I could go ahead and advance this a little bit right now with the spout out. Go ahead and give it a little bit of timing, and the computer will still think it's at 0. So go ahead and advance it even more. Now there's no knock sensors on these motors to pull it back, so I'd really be risky, going that way. I could probably do 1 or 2 degrees and not be a problem. But, what the hell, might as well. Wanting to die whenever it comes off idle though, or whenever it goes return to idle, so I don't know what's up with that yet. Temperatures come up on it, so I know that's not an issue. Done messing with the timing. go back and double check see what kind of fuel mixture we're getting now. I can tell you it's still rich from being in the shop with it. Just kicked on, so I'm at operating temperature. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that should be 0.35 to 0.55 should be the range. So as you can see, we're definitely not in range. Other things I need to check is my temperature sensor is actually reading proper and sending the right information back to the computer. That could be an issue if it doesn't realize the motor's warming up, so it's not cleaning it out. Yesterday I did pull the fuel regulator off and checked it, and it was fine. I went ahead and changed my oil in it yesterday because I was afraid of how much washed out it is. Well, I was sitting here being good, behaving itself. I'm going to go ahead and kick the air compressor on so I get some more air in these front bags. And who knows, man, take it for a drive. Kind of curious with it. I mean, it's up to operating temperature. If it's going to make any changes to the fuel mixture, you would have thought it would have done it by now. back to that again. It died when I was revving it up, and now it don't want to start back up. Well, that was fun. I did get the timing figured out. I did get the spout figured out. I know what it's for. I know how to use it. So I know my timing's good now. It's where it needs to be. So I can quit worrying about whether the timing's right. I know timing has nothing at this point now. I thought it's possible that maybe because it wasn't burning, you know, if the timing wasn't right, then possibly wasn't burning all the fuel, and that's why it was staying lean or staying rich. But apparently that's not it. At this point, I don't know. I don't know what other factors could be playing into the enrichment, because I know there's some school, some opinions I've read that will say, there's some stuff that I've read that said if your exhaust is loose and it's able to suck air in, or if you got an injector not firing, then it could be pumping air straight through, and would give you it would trick your oxygen sensor into thinking that you're lean when you're not. But I know, because of how I'm doing this, I know what the oxygen sensor thinks, and it's telling the computer, hey, we're rich, we need to do something about that. And the computer's just saying, I ain't worried about it. Or you better start worrying about it. Oh man. There we go. Now I can quit yelling. Sorry I didn't have the patience to wait for that to shut off before I started talking. But anyway, I may recap. Give you all that over again anyway. Okay, so the truck dies when I rev it and let off. It doesn't just go down to idle and bounce back up. That might be the idle control valve. I can easily take that apart and clean that out. Maybe it's too restrictive. I can check that out. My map sensor, there's procedures on verifying if that's working right, and my throttle positioning switch. Both of those, the throttle positioning switch I'm pretty sure is okay because it revs up like it should. And I'm watching the timing advance, so it knows what's going on. The computer's telling it to advance. I just don't understand why the computer's not telling it to lean up. Best I can tell, my fuel injectors are all doing good. They look good when I was testing them. I don't think any of them are hanging open. I don't have a stethoscope. I was going to rig one up out of some plastic pipe. Next time I've got it cooled down and start it back up again, I might do that. But yeah, I'm really at a loss. There is a ODB or whatever for getting codes off of it. But I don't know at this point. I tried it early on and I could never get to do anything. So I guess I could try that again. But I don't know. At this point, I'll think on a minute, turn the camera off. If I come up with something, I'll turn it back on and we'll go down that rabbit hole. Otherwise, I'll come back and we'll wrap it up. Alright, going through the manual, trying to find some quick, easy troubleshoots that I could do, or things I could check. The idle speed valve, I went ahead and took it apart, cleaned it, put new gasket material on it, put it back on, thinking that, well, maybe it wasn't getting enough airflow for proper idle, or whenever you let off of it, it wasn't compensating and catching it before it slammed shut. I don't know. But so I'm going to go ahead and try start it one more time for today, and if it won't start, then we'll go from there. And the truck has spoken. So I'm going to wrap it up today. Hey guys, if you like what you see on my videos, subscribe. It's as easy as that. click the little bell. You'll get notifications every time I upload new material. I just about have Rat Duallie wrapped up, I hope. But I got plenty more projects waiting in the wings. For those of you that are familiar with Sketchy, I got Sketchy cam install and some other things coming up for it. And if you don't know who Sketchy is, then I suggest you go to the Sketchy playlist and check it out. I think you'll be entertained. But yeah, Rat Duallie's not going to give us no more today, and I just worked all night, so I am headed to bed. And probably tomorrow when I come back out here to work on her again, she'll probably fire right up. We'll do the whole dance again, and then she'll break my heart and then not run. So we'll see. This is Glenn for GMP Custom Fabrications, living the dream till the freaking phone rings. Thanks for watching.